Yo. Give y'all a minute to come up in here. Thanks for the like, whoever that is that came in here, that's been waiting. Y'all know what I'm about to get into. Yeah. My favorite YouTuber. The one I'm obsessed with. Goddamn right. The Clown Shoe Lucas. My favorite YouTuber to talk about. It's just it's so much there, yo. It's so much there to dismantle when it comes to the Clown Shoe Lucas, man. So much there. He likes to try to come off as this intelligent, unbiased, journalistic type individual, when really he's just as biased as Don Lemon, yo. He's just as bad as Don Lemon. Speaking of Don Lemon, I love how he tried to clean it up for Sanjay Gupta after Gupta got destroyed by Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? Joe Rogan, of course, he had the Modelo 19, supposedly. And he took several medications that were prescribed by his doctor. Ivermectin and monoclonal antibodies being the two most prominent ones. And after about 3 days, he was sick for 1 day, and 3 days later, he tested negative for the Modelo 19. All right. Well, these people don't like that. And because Joe Rogan has such a huge following and such large influence, you know, there's really not much they can do with him. You know what I mean? Short of assassinating him to stop the information from getting out. But at the same time, one might have to consider the possibility of Joe Rogan being controlled opposition, which is never too far from my mind. You understand what I'm saying? Because the idea is that Joe Rogan, even though he's not pushing the snap, I mean, he is kind of like holding up this idea that, you know, the Modelo 19 is what it is, even though I still don't believe it is what they say it is. But that's beside the point. That's beside the point, because at the end of the day, we can't deny people are getting sick. People are dying from something. All right. People are getting sick. People are dying from something. And this monoclonal antibody shit seems to be helping people. There are some people that say ivermectin is helping them. I can't tell you. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's pretty taboo to talk about ivermectin in a certain way on YouTube. And I'm not, in no way am I saying that people should take ivermectin. People should, you know what I mean? Talk to your doctor. At the end of the day, the treatment that you decide to get is between you and your doctor, not you and the Clown Shoe Lucas, not you and CNN. CNN, Sanjay Gupta is not your doctor. Anthony Frosty is not your doctor. Don Lemon is not your doctor. You know, all these people are not your doctors. But I'm curious to see, because the Clown Shoe Lucas was pushing this narrative that ivermectin is basically just horse dewormer, right? That people are going to veterinary shops and just buying up horse paste and eating that shit by the tube load, one tube at a time. This is the impression that he gives you if you watch that video a couple months ago or a month or so ago with him talking about the ivermectin situation, him talking about Joe Rogan taking ivermectin and horse paste and all this other shit. He spread the propaganda of the FDA talking about you're not a horse or a bull or a cow, don't take ivermectin, right? He pushed that. He put that out there. But he never mentioned that ivermectin can also be prescribed to humans by your doctor. And in certain countries, you can go get ivermectin over the counter. Understand? I mean, billions of people have taken ivermectin. It has won the Nobel Peace Prize, the creator of it. Ivermectin is a well-known and well-used form of medication that has very little to no side effects, all this, that, and the third, according to the research I've done. Like I said, I'm no doctor. I'm not going to tell people to run out and get ivermectin. I'm not doing that. I'm telling you that ivermectin is an award-winning form of medication that has been shown to be effective against parasite infections, right? Worms and suckers and all, whatever the fuck you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? And there is some things going around that it might even help against modelo 19. All right, in some form or fashion, or it kind of augments the treatment that you're already taking. Like if you take dexamethasone and all this other shit that people be taking, you know, the steroid that prevents, you know, from getting pneumonia, or helps you stop from to help you recover from pneumonia. All that in the third, you know what I mean? But my question is he going to do a follow-up on the ivermectin shit? Or is he going to do as he usually does when he's proven wrong about a story he wants so hard to paint on, and just keep his mouth shut about it and move on to something else, and you know, in the way that he does? I'm going to go with he's not going to cover the Joe Rogan versus Sanjay Gupta situation. Joe Rogan destroyed Sanjay Gupta's. He destroyed the narrative from CNN about the monoclonal, about you know, ivermectin just being a horse paste, being a horse dewormer. He disproved the FDA's narrative, which was, you're not the horse or you're not the cow, so don't take ivermectin. Like these same entities, these same machines, the same systems that tell you that you're a conspiracy theorist, you're putting out misinformation. If you say do your own research, you're dumb and all this other bullshit. You're just supposed to believe what the fuck we say. You don't need to do research. As a matter of fact, who is that that CNN clown that said you don't need to do no research. You don't need to watch these other channels, and you don't need to watch, get all your information from us. Who was that? Tapper or some shit? Somebody? Forgot his name. One of them little clowns. David Tapper or Mom Tapper. Whatever the fuck. Is he going to come out and cover this story? This is a big story. This is a story, as a matter of fact, that could get him tens of thousands, 100,000 of views, right? The Amazing Lucas can get so many views off this story. What is he waiting on? Why hasn't he? Jake Tapper, that's it. Why hasn't he come out and done a story on this? For real, like, it's the story that he already covered. He might as well finish covering the fucking story. He clowned Joe Rogan, called him, said he was stupid, said anybody that would believe in the ivermectin situation is stupid. Why? Where is he at? Our IQ's below room temperature, or whatever fucking stupid shit he says over and over again. Like, come up with some new motherfucking material, all right? You think you're funny, you're not. You sound corny as fuck. You don't know shit about women. Yeah, I'm going there because fuck him. Yes, I'm launching at homonyms because he's a punk. You don't know shit about women. You don't even like women. Women don't like you. They probably think your breath stinks and all this other shit. I don't know what's going on. Listen, man. The Amazing Lucas, are you going to cover this story like you cover your misshapen head with that greasy baseball cap that you be wearing on top of your head? You know, the shiny one that glistens because of all the fucking sweat and shine that you got in your fucking hat. Wash the fucking hat. Hand wash it and hang it up, dude. Stop wearing that same hat. Do something else, all right? Anyway, in the meantime, why don't you cover this shit? Cover fucking CNN versus Joe Rogan. You know, I mean, you could have did that months ago when he was talking about on his show before, where he said, should he sue CNN for lying about him taking horse dewormer? Where you at? Oh, do you not want to be brought into that lawsuit? The clown shoe Lucas? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? You don't want to be named in a lawsuit? Is that what it is? I don't think he cares about your monkey ass. He probably don't even know nothing about you. And if he did, he probably know how inconsistent you are, because you are the inconsistent Lucas. Anyway, what about Florida? What about Florida? Huh? What about Florida? Huh? What about Florida? Where you talk shit about Floridians for not wanting to get snapped. You talk shit about the Florida government for not forcing mandates. Where you talk shit. Now, I don't agree with banning mandates. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the government saying that private businesses can and can't discriminate. I don't agree with that. A private business is a private business. If a private business wants to discriminate, non-violently, of course, then that's on them. I mean, this is what it is. Like, I don't agree that you should force businesses to take customers they don't want to take, right? But let's push that aside. You're talking shit about Floridians, and anybody who's leery about the snap and don't feel like they need the snap, even though you say yourself you don't need the snap. But your reasons are more valid, because it's not that you're concerned about what's in the snap. It's that it's inconvenient and you don't like being told what to do. But anybody that has any other reason than you not to get snapped is stupid. The level of from you is insurmountable, my friend. Or, like I said, it's intellectual dishonesty. Either way, that's some buster ass shit. At least I can excuse your stupidity. If you're being intellectually dishonest because you have this grudge against the right, and you got you Turning Point USA hurt your feelings, so now you got this vendetta, that's fine. Either way, some punk shit, right? Are you going to cover the fact that if the infection rate in Florida has gone down over almost 90%? Are you going to cover the fact that Florida is in the top 5 of the least infected states in the country? Yeah, they're up there. Yeah, they had a rough going a couple months ago, right? Where they had the spikes and all that other shit, the hospitalizations. But with the use of monoclonal antibodies, it has seen a significant reduction in hospitalizations and infection rates, because essentially what these monoclonal antibodies do, which is like a amalgam of multiple antibodies or some shit, as far as I understand it. I mean, it reduces the length of time that you're infected, literally infected, not symptoms, but actually infected. Because after a couple days, instead of 2 or 3 weeks, there is no sign. You don't have the snap anymore. I mean, the dust is gone, right? Essentially, from what I understand, for the monoclonal antibodies. So what does that mean? That means that you have less time to spread the snap or the dust to other people, right? Because the monoclonal antibodies eradicates the virus, right? It eradicates the dust, from what I understand. People get better. People even are hospitalized. People who even have been snapped and got modelo 19 anyway, they get the monoclonal antibodies that they have been snapped, right? They've been snapped from the dust. But they end up getting sick and hospitalized. They get the monoclonal antibodies in Florida, and they get better within a couple days. And what does that do? Unlike the snap, what the monoclonal antibodies do, it reduces the infection rate, as proof positive in Florida. Florida's infection rate is reduced not because of the snap, but essentially, if you from what I understand, from what the governor said and all this other shit, the doctors, it's because the monoclonal antibodies eradicates it, and it reduces the amount of infections that are able to be spread. If I take a medication after I get the snap, that will basically kill the virus, I can't spread it to other people. Whereas if I'm snapped, it doesn't eradicate the virus. It reduces the symptoms. You still have the viral load. God knows how much viral load you have, right? It depends on person to person. and you're still able to spread it. So what do you think is more effective? Yes, the monoclonal antibodies, you essentially have to get the snap or get the dust to actually get the monoclonal antibodies. But what would you rather do? And this is just a question. I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm asking you, what would you rather do? Would you rather get the dust, have the monoclonal antibodies, do a reverse snap, or would you rather get the dust? Would you rather get the snap and still get the dust and still end up in the hospital, possibly? Which one would you rather do? Because either way, it just I don't know what's in the monoclonal antibody, just like I don't know exactly what's in the snap. But it looks like the monoclonal antibodies, I haven't heard about their adverse effect from the monoclonal antibodies. I've not heard of any. If anybody can show me any proof that the monoclonal antibodies causes adverse effects, if there's any reports or anything like that, we could talk about it. Let's talk about that. But I myself have yet to see any evidence. Oh man, where's the Jamaican truck? Damn it, Jim. Anyway, I have yet to see any proof that the monoclonal antibodies cause adverse effects, but I have seen proof that the snap causes adverse effects and causes death. I haven't seen that with the monoclonal antibodies. Matter of fact, I haven't heard of anybody who've gotten the monoclonal antibodies that had modelo 19 or the dust dying after getting the monoclonal antibodies or remaining in the hospital or being hospitalized. I haven't heard of it. If anybody has that information, put it in the description. Matter of fact, I'll scour the internet. I'll do some research, which actually involves more than the 5-minute Google search. Regardless of what the clown shit Lucas tells you, because to the clown shit Lucas, a 5-minute Google search is research. That's not what it is. Research involves going to maybe an article, a peer review study, going to the article where they talk about it, but you can't just trust the article that talks about the studies. You have to actually go to the study and read the study for yourself. And if they have sources cited in those studies, guess what? You can go to those sources and you read the sources and you compile that's research, not a 5-minute Google search. Good research for me, which I don't really have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of good research, at least a few hours, right? On a subject. Like if you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'll read the study and I'll convey what's in the study and I'll give my opinion on it. But those studies will have multiple sources cited. They'll have multiple steps and stages that they go through that you have to read about what they did, if it's a blind study or if it's an observational study, different things that you have to go through. Is it peer reviewed? Is it not peer reviewed? These are things that you have to do in order to call yourself a researcher, right? And it also means when you do research, because often if you're doing a research paper or if you're doing an essay or if you're doing an argumentative essay or something like that in college, you not only have to find evidence that supports your claims or supports your argument, you have to also come up with a counter argument. Let's say in the last paragraph, you come up with a counter argument in the last paragraph, and you also cite sources and evidence to back up your counter argument. And that essentially that's what you do if you are preparing for a debate. You want to know what all the possible counter arguments could be, so that you're prepared to deal with those counter arguments. All right, I already know you're going to say this. This is what I looked up. Boom. These are the counter arguments to my argument. And this is why I feel like my position still is the better position. Right? Anyway, I don't know why I went off into that. My bad for digressing. But that's what research is. Anyway, is he going to cover that? Is he going to cover that? I don't think so. He's going to cover Florida and how the infection rate in Florida has dropped precipitously, and how they are one of the least infected states in the union. Is he going to cover that? You know, anybody worth their salt in terms of journalistic integrity, they're going to come back to it, and they're going to say, you know what? I covered this before. This is what I said, but here's some new information that might have proven me wrong. But he can't do that because he's such a narcissist. He can't be wrong. He can't be proven wrong, especially on his own platform. And it is what it is. I'm just showing y'all because I know he's not going to cover this shit. Not in the way that he should. I already know he's not going to do it. I'm just letting y'all know because I love pointing out how inconsistent he is and how hypocritical he is. It's just amazing to me. And it fills my heart with joy when I'm able to tear this fool down. So here I am doing that. And yeah, I get a kick out of it. So, you know, I will continue to do that. I will continue to cover other subjects as well. And you know what? You know what else I find interesting, man? It's not even just the Amazing Lucas, man. It's people like ABL and Brandon Tatum. I just don't understand what's up with the supporters of these people. Why can't their supporters, if you see that your favorite YouTuber or your favorite content creator is on some bullshit, why can't you call them out? Why can't you call them out on their bullshit? It'll only make them better. Because if you don't call them out on their bullshit, they're just going to continue to bullshit because they know you're going to support them anyway. But if you call them out, that'll change. It'll change that shit dramatically. Because these people, they don't... If you want them to be real, you let them know, like, look, just keep it real. Don't bullshit me. Don't give me fluff. Don't tell me what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Or tell me what you think I want to hear. Because what I want to hear is the facts. What I want to hear is the truth. What I want to hear is what's real, right? Because I don't understand how it's so hard for these people to be consistent in their ideals. Be consistent. Be consistent in the shit you say. You know what I'm saying? They'll sit up here and tell us that we're not oppressed in this country. And then in every other video, you're telling us how we're oppressed in this country. How stupid do you think we are? Or how stupid are you? Because that's what it is. Either they think you're stupid or they're stupid. And when they think you're stupid, that's called intellectual dishonesty. When they think you're stupid and you're going to go for the okie doke, they're going to give you the okie doke. They're going to, because they think that's what you want. They think they'll lose you. They think they'll lose subscribers. You know what I mean? And they might. But that's what being in having integrity is all about. Having integrity is not giving a fuck if you're going to lose subscribers or not. Because I'm going to remain consistent in my ideas. If anybody can point out any inconsistencies that I have, please let me know and I'll address it. Please let me know. Especially when it comes to freedom. When it comes to freedom of whatever. Freedom of speech, right to keep and bear arms, freedom of everything. I feel like I've been consistent on my stances of liberty and freedom. And if I haven't, please let me know and we can address that. Because I want to be consistent. I want to be consistent. I want to stay on the bedrock of freedom. You know what I'm saying? I want to have my foundation implanted on the bedrock of freedom. And so in order to do that, you have to be consistent. Not perfect, but consistent. I'm not looking. Hold on, baby. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for consistency. Let's be consistent. Consistency is the key.
Did you want to go to the party already?
No, we're going to go back. We just came to pick up Kaylani. Did you want to come or something? Maybe we can squeeze you in with us. I'll ask him.
All right, son. You have fun.
Bye, Baba.
Love you, kid.
But if you want, we'll come.
Just be consistent, man. What's so hard about that? What's so hard about? Okay, so look. So you got screwed over, so you say, by the Turning Point USA. So you saw something, they did something, whatever the fuck. So the right doesn't agree with your stance on Ahmaud Arbery. They don't agree with your stance on Breonna Taylor and all these other victims of police terrorism. So what? So what? So now you're gonna go to the extreme. You're gonna go to the extreme left and pull the same bullshit that you have been speaking out against for years before last year. Like, just be consistent, man. Let me see. What's good, Derek C. Williams, Nicolette Moore. She says, I've heard people say that they've had vax and monoclonal infusion. Yeah, if they had the snap and monoclonal antibodies, that means that the snap didn't work, and so they had to get the monoclonal antibodies to get better. The Habakai says, have you all, because you don't get the monoclonal antibodies, it's not a prophylactic. It's treatment after you get it. It's not something that you can't go get monoclonal antibodies tomorrow without having the virus. You see what I'm saying? The Habakai says, have you all seen Italy? Even if you work from home, you must be snapped. If you aren't, you and the company work for it will be fine. That's retarded. I'm pretty sure the clown shoe Lucas would agree with that. Javier Sane says, media jokers just keep ignoring blood clots. Oh yeah. Yeah, of course they're gonna keep ignoring it. It'll go against it goes against the narrative. If they talk about it, it's going to be a problem. Darcy Williams says, quercetin followed up with zinc lessens your chances of getting this thing at all, if at all. Yeah, that's what I heard. Burberry 86 was good. Darcy Williams says the plunge of cases in Florida is here. Derek Williams has posted some receipts. Nicolette Moore says Cali is doing better too. Yeah, Cali is doing better. Because in Cali, people go outside and they walk around and they exercise and they get sunlight. And they're very health conscious in California, like, you know what I mean? But it doesn't have, it ain't got nothing to do with the snap. Because there are a lot of people in California that aren't snapped, regardless of what they tell you. Trust me on that, I know. Javier Insane says, look, Lucas just keep getting worse over time. Yeah, he's a retard. There's nothing amazing about Edward Lucas. James Miller says, even if Lucas did follow up, he might disrespect the interview and still say Joe Rogan is somehow. Of course he is, because, you know, he's an idiot. Oh, Brian Stelter, one of them fools said it. Jack Tapper, or one of them George from Steinfeld looking cats. Gaming with Stan says Alex J is friends with Joe, and Joe has only been awake for about a year about this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if he's controlled opposition or not. Gaming with says some doctor in Europe found parasites like those robots in the Matrix. That's crazy. What's up, Anarchy Television? Let's see. ABL and Tatum have predominantly white conservative fan base that they have become reliant upon. Of course, to hurt them would be to affect their money. Exactly. I mean, they get a lot of money from their base. You know, they get a lot of money. But if I were them, I would have a little bit more respect for my fan base. You know what I'm saying? And actually speak out for true liberty. You know, because these people are more inclined. Even though they still love the cops, they still swinging from the police balls. You know, if you can, there are a lot of conservatives that are coming out, speaking out against the cops. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just build on that instead of protecting the police no matter what. It's fucking retarded. Darcy Williams posted another receipt about NBA player and blood clots. What do I think about shedding? You talking about shedding the virus? I mean, you're going to do that anyway. You shed. There's a lot of shit you shed through breathing, sweat, shitting and pissing. That, you know, that's what your body does. Your body's equipped to shed foreign invaders, right? Like viruses and bacteria, environmental dust, you know, and chemicals and boogers, you know, dust, dirt, you know what I'm saying? Dirt from just being outside, dust in the air. Your body sheds a lot of shit. That's what it's designed to do. That's why you breathe in and out. Well, that's one reason. You know, you got to take in oxygen, get rid of CO2, but you're not just getting rid of CO2. CO2 is a waste product, and there's other things that your body expels when you breathe, sneeze, cough, shit, piss, sweat. It's just, you know, off the skin, you know, the dead skin flakes and shit. All that shit. You're shedding a lot of shit. That's what your body does. Metaslaves, VKG, what is that? Metaslave also says, got in late pre-stole. Oh, yeah, that's what's up, man. Javier saying it's all about money with these people. They make money off ads. Of course. Darcy Williams says, no fluff, keep it real. Got to. Derek does. I want to be challenged on what I say. Me too. James Miller says, I would say Lucas had somewhat integrity when he was losing his subs for telling his thoughts. Yeah, and then he just went off the deep end. Because he has this revenge fantasy against, you know, conservatives. So he just has to be contrary to them no matter what. ABL and Tatum have, oh yeah, I read that. Javier Sain says political YouTubers like Vosh make over six figures. He will refuse to change his white leftist opinion because he make money off his echo chamber. You know what I would do? I'll get all the money, you know, doing the shit and building my echo chamber or whatever. And then I just flip it on them and go 100% freedom. Already made my money. You know what I'm saying? I put my money into other things. I started my own business. Maybe I'll start my own website. Look, we about to start talking about real shit. Join me over on my website over here. Kind of like Tim Pool did. I got a lot more respect for Tim Pool these days because he is more and more leaning anti-police. You know what I'm saying? He's speaking out against police officers for enforcing unconstitutional laws. He called the police out for bitching about their mandates, but not doing anything about the mandates against other people. Like, oh, you have a problem with the mandates, but you had no problem enforcing the mandates for other people. Shout out to Tim Pool for that. He's doing his thing. He's building his own website. He's building his own network, and he didn't went and got some land somewhere, and he's building and all this other shit. And he sounded a lot more libertarian than usual. So, you know, Tim Pool, he's on the right path, I think. You got to take that leap. No, I didn't call James Millich. I didn't call ABL. It was too hard to get in. I might call tonight though. If he does a live tonight, I might do it tonight. Black Spring with Autumn was good. How you doing, mama? Nicolette Moore said, I never say anything about the snap. Oh yeah, no, I know you didn't. I know you did, Nicolette. I'm just saying. I had to throw that in there. Shedding the shedding the snap. Uh, well, if there's shit in the snap that your body doesn't want in there, it's going to reject it, and then yeah. Now I heard that you could shed the snap to other people. I heard that. I heard that. If someone gets snapped, they can spread the snap through their breath or whatever. Like airborne, like the virus, and then that would give other people the snap. Yeah, I heard that was a method that they were considering. You know, spreading the snap to people who don't want to get injected. You get around someone who is snapped, then you'll be snapped for breathing the shit in or some shit, which would be a violation. Darcy Williams says, saw an eye-opening interview with a female Australian policeman. They have to take the snap, and now they want freedom. That's what I'm saying. That's why I have no respect. When it's like, look, I like this guy, Dr. What's his fucking name? I had to take my ginkgo biloba today. What's his name? One doctor that I talked to you guys about before. Sean Baker, Dr. Sean Baker, the carnivore diet guy, right? That wrote the carnivore diet book. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast before. He was shouting out the police for, basically walking off the job and resigning in droves and shit like that. But I'm like, I can't give that same respect to the popo, because they should have thought about that decades ago, right? When they were charged with violating our rights from jump. Like they have been enforcing unconstitutional laws for decades. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be like, oh, look at I'm so proud of the police for standing up for themselves. No. Where was you at when they told you to go arrest people for not wearing a face flag? Where were you when? Where was you at? Why were you out on the street fighting people for being outside without a face flag on? No, I can't roll. I can't roll with it. I can't roll with it. Now, what you can do now, right? Instead of resigning, you say, nah, we're not going to resign. We're now going to work directly for the people. We're going to work directly for the people. We're no longer going to take orders from you politicians. We're going to go to the people and see how we could best serve them and go from there. We'll take our municipal badges off, and we work for the people now. You get enough cops to do that, then you got something going. We're going to work for the people now, and we're going to recruit able-bodied men and women from within the community to join the force to protect your community. Not enforce laws on the community, but protect the community from criminals, including government criminals. That said, she didn't have CV, but I know how I got sick. Hey. Darcy Williams has posted the interview of that female police officer in Australia. Y'all go check that out. Receipts for days from there. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here, and I'm gonna go get my workout in. Take the food in the house, get my workout in. I ain't got no kids with me, so yeah, I got the house to myself. I get to run the streets. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that means for a married man with 6 children. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do you guys believe that? And if any of you are Amazing Lucas supporters, I would like you to challenge him to cover this shit. Like, hit him up, send him an email. Yo, when you gonna cover the Joe Rogan versus Sanjay Gupta thing? When you gonna cover how the cases have dropped precipitously in Florida? When you gonna cover that? Because you covered it before. Shit changed. We got new information. So when you gonna cover that? That's what I want y'all. I would like y'all to hit him up and say and bring his ass to task. You understand what I'm saying? There's who says work done, 120 burpees, 120 pull-ups, 100 thrusters, 100 push-ups. Yeah, that's good shit, man. Me, I'm about to do some Muay Thai drills, some boxing drills. I'll do some calisthenics in between that. You know what I'm saying? I'll do some jump roping. I'll do some push-ups, some pull-ups. You know, I'll do a lot of isometric work. You know what I'm saying? I've been into a lot of isometrics lately. You know, to help, just to build strength, but without actually getting bigger. Because I don't, I get bigger, but I want to improve my strength without blowing up. You know what I mean? So a lot of isometrics, a lot of concentric movements, less eccentric, because eccentric is when you're retracting the muscle and you have the weight, you have the resistance going against you while you're retracting, and that's where the muscles tear down the most. That's when you get the most muscle damage, and that's where you get the most growth. But when you do concentric, you get more motor unit recruitment, you get more muscle fiber recruitment, which helps make you stronger, but doesn't necessarily make you bigger. So that's what I've been working on. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I think that's all I got for now. I'm sure I had some other shit I want to talk about, but I can't think of it right now. So I'm holler at y'all later. Tomorrow, me and my wife are going to brunch, and then we're doing karaoke at the house for her birthday celebration. So I probably won't be doing a live stream tomorrow. So I'm getting it in today. And if something comes up, I'll definitely do another live stream or another video a little bit later. So anyway, y'all stay up, like, share, subscribe. Much love to you guys. And make sure you guys bring your favorite content creators to task. Make sure that they're fucking having integrity and being consistent. Call them out. Call these people out on their inconsistencies. Nigga Let Morris says, have a great day. They all, happy early birthday to my wife. Appreciate it. I'll let her know. You guys are always showing love to my wife, and she really enjoys that. She pops in and out every now and then, but she's used to hearing me run my mouth about the shit I run my mouth to you guys about. So it kind of gets on her nerves. But she loves me anyway. All right. So peace out. Much love. And stay up, guys. Go out there, get fit. Do some rucking PT. Ruck. Do what you got to do, and get off your ass and start moving. All right. Because the quickest way to get a blood clot is to be sedentary. All right. So let's keep our blood flowing and keep our heart strong. Do a lot of cardio, and let's keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.